What's up, guys? This is your boy Ed from Elite of Each, and today we're going to be talking about my Mystic Mine deck profile. I actually just played this last Monday at one of my locals, and I got second place, which kind of freaking smacked. People are not ready for back row, and it's the craziest thing. Talking about my matches, I played first round. I played Shaquile, Dogma, and 2-0'd. I played Shaquille, Dogma, Invoked round 2, and I 2-0'd. Round 3, I played against Eldritch Trap, and I actually did really bad. Because I actually wasn't 100% prepared to play against the trap deck because I thought everybody would be playing like super combo heavy decks, and I wasn't prepared for Eldritch. People have actually been hopping off of Eldritch in my locals, so that was very interesting. Round 4 I played against Dryton, and I 2-0'd. And then round 5 I played against my buddy Alex, who was actually playing what did he play? He played Dark Magicians, and we went to game 3 and I got game 3. That was the craziest thing. Super crazy experience to see Dark Magicians in the finals of a local, which is really interesting. I do believe that this local, I do believe that this current meta before the next ban list comes out is actually really interesting, because there's been so many decks that have been like shifting in and out of the meta. I've been playing Prank Hits and Massacrators, which completely bop. They smack. They're really good. Dark Magician Dogma from Alex has actually been doing really well. I think he's had a couple of locals where he's gone and he's actually gone undefeated. So if you guys are interested in that, maybe we can get a deck profile out for you guys. He's actually piloted the deck really well. So shout out to him. I bow down to you, buddy. You did great with that deck. Oh god, I hate that. Alright, so continuing with the deck profile. So I think this deck is actually really interesting. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I take in and I take out for every match, depending on who am I playing. Against certain decks, I actually don't side out at all. And I kind of just sit there and let them, let them think that I am siding out by taking out some cards and then putting them back in. Or I do take out some cards and then just put most of them back in except for like 1 or 2 or something. I don't know. I'll go ahead and explain that once I get into the deck profile. Let's get in there. So I actually have so many mats that I don't even know what mats I've actually shown off to you guys already. But before we start on our deck profile, we're gonna go ahead and open up some packs. And yet again, we got 10 Blazing Vortex packs. Like I said last time, we mapped these packs already. We should be pulling nothing but supers and maybe a couple of ultras here. If we pull anything higher than an ultra, like maybe a secret, that would be actually really cool. But I really doubt it. Hey guys, I want to give a really big shout out before we continue with this video to Alexander James, because Alexander James just makes some of the craziest freaking metal field centers. Like, this guy is super cool, super crazy. Like, this is super nice, well made. He has some amazing artwork on wood stuff too. He makes wooden deck boxes, wooden field centers, and he made this one specifically for me. He put my name on the side. See that, guys? Super cool. I think this is amazing. I love this stuff. And guys, don't forget that his link will be down below so you guys can find him and hit him up and let him know that you found him through us. Yeah, guys, let's go ahead and continue with the video. All right, guys, so now actually getting into the deck profile. Like I said, I kind of almost 2-0'd everybody. When I did lose, I did get 2-0'd. I want to point that out. So I only lost against one player who was playing Eldritch Trap, and I lost twice to him. So first card. Planet Pathfinder. You want to get into that Mystic Mine as soon as possible. I've actually had situations where I never cite this out, so I've had situations where like this is actually super relevant, super key to be able to get to where you need to go. I've had situations where I actually open up Silent Wobby and Planet Pathfinder without opening up like a Mystic Mine or something. So Silent Wobby effect, reveal, special, and then your opponent will resolve effect, and then if they resolve effect, oh shit, if they resolve effect, they draw a card, you gain 2,000 life points. Super interesting. Normal summon, tribute, special. Add field spell, activate field spell. You guys already know that combo though. This is the card
that is really iffy in my deck. Going first, opening this card up is amazing, but going second, it's even better. The thing is that, like, if I open this card up, I'm plussing. But if I don't open this card up and I add it to my hand later, like by drawing it later, I am so negative. Like, it sucks. It's like the worst card to be able to draw in this deck, because almost every other card you have in here will help you out so much. 3 Mystic Minds, because this is a Mystic Mind deck with your terraforming, of course. We still have terraforming, thank God. After that, 3 carded the Mice of the Land. People can't ash this because it activates straight to the field. I've had people actually attempt to try to activate. I've had people who attempted to ash this, and it's super cool because they can't. This is the card that I really, really hate in this deck. And let me start talking about it, because I almost always cite this out, especially against decks that have like banish removal. So like if it's like if it's against like Dark Magicians, which like circles banishes a card on the field, right? I actually always cite this card out for decks like that, and cite in other cards that I will show you in a minute. I still play the 3 X-Straps, even though I could play the new pod. I've actually chosen to play the 3 X-Straps for the reason being that I think that X-Strap is just so much better. Yeah, you can look at 6 cards deep into your deck, but this draws 2. So I rather draw. Because I can play Duality, which does the exact same thing as the other card without banishing anything. So yeah, 3 Dualities. And then I main deck 2 Dark Ruler No Mores. I always side in the 3rd Dark Ruler against like combo heavy decks. Dry Taunts, that's how Dry Taunts lost against me. They made me go second. They brought out Ultimateness, and then they passed turn. And then I just hit them with Dark Ruler No More, and they just honestly couldn't do anything else. Dry Taunts aren't ready to play against decks like ours. This is the one change that I've recently made. Cauldron. I was actually playing Upstart, and I actually decided to play against Upstart because people do play Droll, and when you do get Drolled, if you Upstart and then they draw you, you're kind of done. But if you Duality and then you add something important to your hand, you really don't have to search anything else after that. Or like if you draw 2 off of X-Drive and then they Drolled, you're not going to be necking. Final Countdown, I never once resolved this. I wish I did. Called by the Grave came in clutch a lot against my opponent's decks whenever like I'm whenever I'm just like sitting and like constantly like poking at them with like burning them. It's super cool because I can just set this and like get rid of something they need. Like yet again, Dark Magicians, I hit their Dark Magician deck. I hit their Dark Magician monster to get banished, and can't do anything about it. Harpy's Feather Duster comes in clutch because I feel like this is a go second deck. As much as it is a go first deck, yes, this can go second, and yes, this will clap cheeks. And I've actually gone second against very little opponents because normally everybody wants me to go first because they're ready with like either Lightning Storms, Harpy Feather Duster, stuff like that, right? Against both of my Shadal players, they went first game 1, and then they made me go first game 2. And I still got it. So that's how I 2-0'd them. Metaverse and Red Reboot, because like I said, this is awesome. Double Dark Bribe, this is clutch. Curse Sealed is even better for the reason being that, like, okay, my opponent Lightning Storms or something interesting that they will be able to have multiples of, not like Harpy's Feather Duster, but something like maybe like an essential piece like an Nadir Servant. You just go say no, and now they can't activate that card for the rest of that game. That's dumb. And then of course, Triple Judgment. I could pay life points. It doesn't hurt me at all. Paying life points here is not an issue like whatsoever. I actually toyed with one of my opponents, and I feel so bad about it because I had my counters with Old Man up to 7, and it was the turn where I was supposed to end his life, and then I decided to gain life instead of taking his life. I'm sorry, guys. That was a thing. But yeah, that's my main deck. Let's talk about my side deck, because legitimately I have an extra deck, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show it out to you guys because like I don't even have it in order. That's how dumb it is. I have 2 of the skeletons because so the thing is that like I'm always gonna be shuffling this deck with X-Strap, so it doesn't matter. I have 2 of that, 2 of this. Where's the other one? That. I have 2 Entis. I have a Mechaba and a Perfect Trio. I have that. I have this, that, this. Oh, you guys can see that. There you go. Cool. You guys can see that now. this, and this. I've summoned out all of these monsters no times. Honestly, guys, you can definitely put in whatever you want. You don't even have to play this deck as a super poly target. I have this extra deck all being super poly targets, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. Like, I do that just because I want to toy with people. My tokens. A kaiju, because it actually has came in clutch in case I don't open up one of my 3 dark rulers. I'll side in like one of the kaijus as well, so I'll side in these 2 and I'll take out 2 cards, and if I don't see one, I'll see the other. It's really interesting. Fire Prison, because I cite this in all the time in game 2 or whenever the next game is, right? So like either game 2 for me going first or second, it doesn't matter, but I always cite this in game 2, and I've never once used it. So technically, if they're not playing a Link deck, they won't ever be able to attack, so that actually bops. Night Beam, which is the one card that I actually played, and I really enjoyed playing against people, because I hit Eternal Soul with this, I hit Punishment with this, I hit Conquistador with this, Sanguine, stuff like that, right? Target it, MST it basically, and then just they can't respond with that card, so I'm dumb. Duo. So you guys can tell I have my 2 tokens up here. Duo, just one. This is from when I want to toy with people. I was main decking this, by the way, I do want to point that out, and I switched it out now after the tournament. I took this out and I put in a final countdown. It's so much better on the side. The 3rd Curse Seal, the 3rd Dark Bribe, because this will come up against most back row heavy decks or decks that you're ready for. Wiretap is the card that I believe that now is going to be a lot better for me to play whenever I play people like Eldritch, Traps, stuff like that, right? And then 3 release, because I hate back row. As you guys can tell, most of the stuff that I have here is because of back row. I don't lose to combo decks. The thing is that this deck specifically is made to to be able to say no to a lot of things, be able to just say no to your opponent. Oh, I activate monster effect. Nah, no, you don't, buddy. Let's move on with that. But whenever they say Conquistador, Punishment, stuff like that, of course, Punishment can resolve because I don't have any monsters on board. But what if I need to normal summon my Planet Pathfinder? I'm going to normal summon Planet Pathfinder, unsummon Punishment, and I'm going to just be like, well, got me. That's a thing, and that's always going to be a thing that could happen. I believe this deck is really fun. I believe this deck is actually going to be super relevant this upcoming meta, because a lot of people are going to be playing decks that are not back row heavy, so it's going to be super interesting. I believe that Punishment is still going to be a card, Schism is going to be a card, because of the upcoming meta. Shadows are going to go up there with Dogma, and they're going to be tier 1 just yet again, because let's be realistic. It's always been a deck that had a lot of potential. People just chose to hop off of it for the reason being that there was better decks, but it doesn't mean that the deck was less better. It just means that they chose to play different decks. I feel like Shadow Dogma can play really well against a lot of other decks, but for that reason, that means that this deck right now, Mystic Mine, is also going to have this opportunity, because I don't know if you guys remember last time I played Mystic Mine, I smacked with this deck because everybody was comboing off and special summoning and not really having a back row. So whenever people don't play back row, that's when this deck thrives. So watch out, guys, because you guys are probably going to catch a lot of Mystic Mind players now. Now that I'm pointing it out, people are going to realize, hey, this guy's right. Jeff Leonard, who actually made this deck really popular. Shout out to you, dude, because bro, if it wasn't because of you, I wouldn't have a lot of fun at locals. I know people hate this deck, and I love it, and I love that they hate it, because it makes YuGiOh so much more fun for me when people hate the deck that I'm playing. If I pissed you off at my locals, I'm sorry, guys, but people who get angry never win, so that's awesome. Shout out to you guys. See you guys at the locals. I will probably be playing this deck for my actual main deck for a while now. Either this or Prank Hits and Massivapators, but I really doubt it. So guys, see you guys on the next one.
Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I just wanted to say that I recently made a Facebook group, and it's called YuGiOh Elite Savage, and you guys can look us up, or you guys can just click the link down below to join. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once you guys subscribe, hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified about all the great videos that I upload, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.